CEO and founder of Local Talent Connect, which is a social media global networking for arts and entertainment industry. I'd like to come out and say a few words with you guys. Todd?
All right, good morning, everybody. How you doing today? How's your holiday, by the way? Everybody spending with the family, doing the right thing? Well, like she was saying, I'm the CEO of LTC, which is Local Talent Connect. It's basically a global social network for the arts and entertainment industry. You can go online, localtalentconnect.com. You can develop your own profile. It's kind of like a Facebook meets LinkedIn. We launched it last year. It's obviously a little slow. More profiles coming on as we get bigger and bigger. But like Facebook took over 3 years to actually really get known because it originally started out in colleges. So every great idea always starts out small, but you have to believe in it in order to make it bigger. Same thing with your careers. It's not an overnight success. Get that word out of get that phrase out of your head. It does not happen. You really have to believe in yourself and invest in yourself before you think that anybody else could invest in you. And that's the straight up truth. You have to work hard. You got to believe in the word, the grind. You got to believe in the old school. The one thing the old school has different from the new school is they were raised on how to work. With today's technology and the internet, it's teaching people how to be lazy. All right. I love the internet. Obviously, I'm a techie. But the fact remains is you don't make a difference unless you go out and meet people. You can connect online for a couple of minutes, but this one-on-one conversation, that's going to tell you within 5 minutes whether or not you want that person in your circle. And that's where networking comes in. Networking is the biggest positive aspect in any industry that you need to learn. You need to learn how to conversate. You need to be able to talk to people. And you need to get out there. You need to let yourself known. And always remember in networking that it's a two-way street. So when you're there to talk to somebody, make sure you listen. My mother raised me with the 2 ears, one mouth theory, that if you listen more and speak less, you're going to learn a lot more. And you're there to speak to people, and you're there to get to know each other and build that relationship like you would in dating or anything else you want to call it. Because at the end of the day, this is your life. You're branding yourself. Even though you're an artist, an actor, singer, songwriter, whatever, at the end of the day, you're becoming a product of society, and you need society to see who you are. And that's where branding comes in. There are a lot of branding companies out there, and I'm not knocking them. A lot of them real well, but be very skeptical about who you do business with, because I found that branding companies, first of all, a lot of them like to get on your coattail when you're already branded. All right? So keep that in mind. You don't get certain movies like a Brown Sugar, if you guys can feel me on that, where you get a Taye Diggs that goes after an unknown to work together to build something great. Most companies are already looking for the next somebody who's already built themselves, all right? So that's why I say you got to invest in yourself before people invest in you. If you're a business in the industry and you feel like you have a great thing, you want people to bring money towards you, build that relationship first. Don't approach somebody you never met and ask them for money, because straight up you're going to piss them off. All right? And number two, if you do believe in your product, have a business plan set up. Have it written down. Get a whole plan up, because somebody like me, and I'm open to listen to everybody, but at the end of the day, obviously I'm going to need to know what's in it for me. Where is my return? Because the idea sounds great, but if I'm going to invest my money in you, I'm going to need to see a return, because, you know, I love helping this industry, but I still have to survive in this industry. All right? I teach around the country, colleges, seminars, acting, you name it. LTC is not just about some of the arts, and it's about all the arts. It's about martial artists. It's about culinary arts, about architects, about mimes, about any type of art that you can think of. Because at the end of the day, you guys work with each other. You know, I approached the director, and he's like, well, how is culinary artists involved? I'm like, that's pretty simple. First of all, they are an artist because they design food for your dining experience, which is great when it hits the plate. That's an art. And number two, when you cater your set, who do you think you're going to cater your set? You're hitting a chef. All right, he's an artist. When somebody gets a stage to be designed, who are you hitting? An architect. All right, so people forget there's another 200 types of genres of artists out there in the world.
Thank you for having me again this year. I think that last year we had a great time. There are actually some people that I met in the workshop who still keep in touch with me and let me know stuff that's going on with them. In fact, Wendy, who's in the back of the kids, and she's a casting director, a good friend of mine. She came with me, and there was a young lady that I met who she just had a light about her. I just told her that, you know, she had a story where, which we are all at, and I'm sure I'll get to know everybody in here, where you work so hard and you know, put your all into it, you put your money into it, you put your time into it, and it doesn't necessarily happen sometimes the way we want it to. And I told her, I was like, trust me, everybody has that story, that just when you feel like you're over it, that's when something breaks. And I swear, I think within a month, Wendy, that she booked the show. Yeah. That she booked something like almost a month after. And so when stuff like that happens, I don't think that it's a coincidence that, you know, you show up today and that you're here. And, you know, the whole purpose, the reason why I come here and I said, Dara, stop telling me you don't have a lot of money, is because it's not about the money. People have inspired me along my journey. So it literally gives me such joy to come back and be able to share back, because I'm not a teacher. People say, oh, you know, a lot of actresses and actors become acting, you know, teachers and actors. I'm not a teacher. It's more so I'm just sharing my experience, and I'm sharing with you, you know, what I've been through and some of the things that have been shared with me. And, you know, if that empowers you, inspires you, makes you feel like if nothing else, you're not alone. You ever go through stuff and you feel like you're the only one in the universe that happens to you? So if nothing else, it just makes you feel like, okay, I'm not crazy. Because I know if I didn't go to certain workshops, I would feel like I was crazy sometimes, and I'm like, where is acting official? Is it here now? I'm being pumped right now. It does. It happens to all of us. So I just want to say thank you so much. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. Is there anybody who was here last year at the Sita workshop? All right, all of you, 4 or 5. Okay. Again, my name is Kiki Haynes. I was born and raised in New Jersey, and spent a lot of time out here in the city. I grew up in East Somers, New Jersey. I've known since I was in the 6th grade that I wanted to be an actress. And it has been a long journey. It has been a very long journey. And moved to California in 2003. Yes, it was 2003. Been out there ever since. And the biggest thing that happened for me was obviously the show that I'm on right now, which is Sita Pt I, for better or worse. And the reason why I'm skipping from 6th grade all the way to that is because what I'm getting of all of you who are here now is that is where between 99 and 2011, which is when I auditioned for the show, 2011 is when things really began to pivotally change for me. And I auditioned for the show. It was at a very low moment in my life. When I say low, the boys wasn't acting right, finances wasn't there. One of my best friends, who was like my heart, passed away that year. It was a lot going on. So I remember like bringing it back. What's her name? I'm looking at her. T. Starts with a T. What I was talking about when we first started that booked the show. Anyway, I was telling her that sometimes when you're working so hard and you get to that place where you feel like it's just not working out and everything's working against you, I know it sounds so cliche, y'all. I know it does, but I promise you, I've talked to other friends of mine, and that's normally when something amazing is about to break, literally. So sometimes when you're in moments of like despair and you feel like you just want to lay on the ground, like, where's the train? Put the train, just let it run over, just go ahead. You can kind of start getting happy somehow, because I promise you that normally means that something big is coming ahead. So in 2011, I had literally, I was so turned off from this business. I just started seeing things shift. Reality TV was taking over. Reality TV stars still get requested to do appearances or things like this, but for me, meetings comes before meetings. It was just like the business I just was like, you know, I'm a dedicated actress, I've been trained, I've been doing this, and the guy I told you I was dating, it's just everything, I kind of had to take a step back from life, if that makes sense, just to get myself together. And I took a step back, and I knew that I wanted to be an actress. I knew this was something that I was supposed to do, but I was like, God, you know what? I need to take a time out. But I trust that if something comes along for me that is meant for me, that is, that it is effortlessly aligned up for me. So making a long story short, within those 3 months, I had got a new job, got some finances going, started to just, pray really hard, started to just get back into me, just kind of build myself back up. And then 3 months later, lo and behold, I get a call about an audition for the Tyler Perry Show. Now, mind you, I had fired my agent. I fired my manager. I was at one point doing things called being a reader, which is anybody that can do that. So you try to volunteer to give your time to be a reader for some casting directors. I was in acting classes. Nothing that even remotely was related to acting. I just had to leave it all alone, literally. So I'm coming home from my new job one day, and I get a call out of the blue from a casting director that I had met when I first moved to California in 2003, 2004. Really nice woman. We built a friendship. Not like best friends, but sometimes we would hook up. I would go to her birthday get-togethers or whatever. I hadn't heard from Kim in 2 years. And I always share this with people because a lot of people are so afraid, especially in this business, that out of sight means out of sight, out of mind. And some people don't know how to be still. They're not at every industry connection or putting up a 1-woman, 10-woman show. No, sit down sometimes. It's okay. It's okay. She called me out the blue one day and was like, hey, are you free tomorrow? I have this audition that's coming up. Can you come in tomorrow at 4:20 was my audition. Just so happened that the job that I got at the time was an independent contracting job where I was able to do my own schedule. And at the time, I told you finances was rough, so I was on a money hustle. So at first when she called me for the audition, I was happy. I was like, we got to go work from 8 to 2, go home, change, and then go to the audition. And I was like, no. That's not what this is about. You put your career to the side, but now this woman called you, so it came to you. You didn't go to her. Do what you know best. You have been training since '99. You're from New York, New Jersey, which is some of the best accredited schools and teachers out here. Use what you have been honing and putting together all these years and just sit back for the day.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Papa T here at JCT TV, back at you one more time. I have the lovely curator of this event today, none other than Dara Bragg. Dara, how are you?
I'm doing fine.
Outstanding, outstanding. I have none other than the lovely Kiki Vance back at you once again.
You said, how am I?
Yes, how are you today?
I'm busy. Busy, but excellent. Thank you.
Outstanding. I have none other than sensational CEO and founder of LTC, none other than Todd Wharton. Todd, how are you?
I'm great, sir. How are you?
Outstanding, outstanding. We have a few minutes here before we wrap up to put these people back on the panel. We want you to be very mindful that this is Success in the Arts Conference Annual, the 4th year, right?
4th year.
And how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel so excited.
Progressive.
Yes, very progressive.
And in order to be successful, you have to be progressive.
Yes, definitely.
Without progression, you have nothing, because it's the foundation of elevation toward great things, right?
That's right. You go ahead, Papa T.
I'll say it always. Hey, Kiki, tell these folks in, I'd say, about 15 words exactly what you would tell them in order to be successful and to continue being successful means for you and for them if they do what you ask them to do.
Trust God, work hard, take class, never give up.
Outstanding, outstanding. On that note right there, we're going to pass the same question to Todd Wharton. Todd, what it is?
Long story short, live life with passion, because at the end of the day, that's what defines you.
Outstanding, outstanding. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, we have it here. You know our motto and our objective is success awaits us, so keep it coming, folks, and continue to attend seminars, functions that pertain to your craft, elevate your craft, and let's make it happen. Success awaits us.
And never give up
and
on
stay
your dream.
Humble. Stay humble.
And Happy New Year, because 2015 is going to be the year of the artist.
I agree.
Yeah.
Our year, folks. JCT TV.